Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out, or give them a call, 641-622-2191.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Winter in the Midwest can definitely be unpredictable. Whether it's a frozen or broken water pipe, fire emergency, or a surprise mold, ServPro of Ottumwa, Oskaloosa, and Grinnell Pella has you covered with trained professionals ready 24/7, 365 days a year to make your emergency like it never even happened. Visit servpro.com, Ottumwa, Oskaloosa, or call us at 641-682-0782. The staff members at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa will guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. A ceremony can be anything you wish it to be, simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, such a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Let the staff at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa help you in your time of need. Attention drivers! Sinclair Napa is proud to bring you the best deals of the year on Napa Gold filters. Whether you're tuning up for a big trip or just keeping your daily driver in top shape, our unbeatable prices will keep you on the road for less. Napa has a filter for almost anything on earth that moves. Check it out today in Sigourney, Ottumwa, Centerville, Montezuma, or Williamsburg. Napa's filters are specifically designed for what you drive, how you drive, and how often you change your filters. Your car deserves the best, and so do you.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
See State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa at 309 High Avenue East for auto, home, business, life insurance, health insurance, and more. Kelly Style's mission at State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Call Kelly at 641-673-0088 or go to kellystyleinsurance.com. That's Kelly Style State Farm Insurance, 309 High Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Here we are on a Thursday, the day after the big snowstorm here in Iowa. Hope you're off to a good start on your Thursday morning, February 13th. We're off to a cold start, as is usually the case after a big snowstorm. The cold moves in. Right now, we are at -7. That's like the actual temperature. That's not figuring in any wind chill. Luckily, at least when I was out earlier, there's not a whole lot of wind this morning, but 7 below to start off our Thursday morning here in southeast Iowa. All right, we do thank our sponsors here on the Morning Wake Up. Our headliner is Brothers Market in Sigourney. They make savings made simple, and you can get into Brothers Market or go online and check out things at shopbrothersmarket.com. Download the app. It's a smart way to shop. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more at Brothers Market in Sigourney. We thank them for being our headliner, and we thank Oski Dental for sponsoring our studios. Toothy! Give Dr. Dan a call at 673-4845 to schedule your appointment. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental. We thank Brothers Market for being big supporters of Steve Shetler Media. Let's take a look at our forecast. Up next, it's always sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. And you know, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Yeah, maybe the snowstorm made you forget about the Valentine's Day and you didn't get your flowers ordered. But you can still do that. You still got time. They are hard at work at the Garden Gate getting things prepared for Valentine's Day. You can call or you can stop into Garden Gate on the east side of the Sigourney Square. They've got fresh flowers, they've got balloons, they've got candy, stuffed animals, candles, many, many other things that you can pick up for your lovey-dovey coming up for Valentine's Day tomorrow. They've got over 30 years of experience, design experience. They've been serving this area here in southeast Iowa for 27 plus years. The Garden Gate, great place to go for Valentine's Day. Our forecast, sponsored by the Garden Gate. Well, we're going to have sunshine today, but it's going to be chilly, a high of just 13. So we will gradually get above zero today. Wind chills feeling about 15 below. Northwest winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. So cold. In fact, dangerously cold this morning. Increasing clouds for tonight. We will stay above zero, thankfully, a low of 2. Southwest winds getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, snow is likely. That's just what we don't want. Mainly between noon and 3. Let's see here. Patchy blowing snow in the afternoon. Cloudy and a high of 28. Breezy south winds tomorrow. Precip chance tomorrow at 60%. Accumulation of 1 to 2 inches for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, a 50% chance of some snow, a low of 23. Snow is again likely on Saturday, another 1 to 2 inches. Good grief. A high of 33 degrees on Saturday. So we're going to be warming up a little bit, but still more snow in the forecast. Let's take a look at current conditions. Now, temps currently below zero here in southeast Iowa. Cold temps with gusty northwest winds make for some dangerous wind chills below zero this morning. So if you're going outside this morning, of course, dress in layers, cover any exposed skin, and limit time outdoors. It is chilly. So humidity right now at 83%. Winds are west at about 10 miles per hour. Barometer at 30.27. Dew point at -6. And we do have 7 below zero. Factor in the wind. Wind chills about 18 below. So it is cold this morning in southeast Iowa. Bundle up. Now, we're not in any sort of wind chill warnings or anything like that, but it is still dang cold out this morning. So be advised of that if you're heading outside. Our weather is sponsored by the Garden Gate. Let's take a look at our This or That. It is brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or that, overdressed or underdressed? What are you going to go with? If you're going somewhere, would you rather be overdressed or underdressed? I don't know. It's a tough choice. I suppose you might be on the safe side and go overdressed. I tend to be casual anyway, so I would probably be underdressed if we're talking reality here, but I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on that one. Comment on that post. Went up at 6 a.m., goes up at 6 a.m. every weekday morning on my Facebook page. Question of the day is sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa. And you know, Amy's, they are still celebrating their 19th year in business through the 17th. They've got 19% off when purchasing 2+ products. Bonus tanning credits for $19 with any tanning package purchase. So they thank you for your support of 19 years at Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney. Get in there and celebrate with them. They bring us our question of the day, which is, what is your favorite leisure time activity? What do you do in your downtime? Do you exercise? Do you watch TV? Do you watch sports? Do you play sports? What do you do? Play video games, maybe? We got some video game players out there. Maybe play some golf. It's going to warm up eventually here during the springtime. So what is your favorite leisure time activity? I'll tell you what, this is not a woe is me, but I really don't have a ton of downtime. If Stacy and I are at home in the evenings, we'll just relax and watch some TV. That's kind of it anymore, because we're both kind of on the go quite a bit. But what is your favorite leisure time activity? That's your question of the day. Goes up at noon. Make sure you comment on that. Let's see here. Let's go to our tournament that's going on in February. For the Fun of It tournament. Favorite soda. What kind of pop do you like to drink? That is our focus for this month's tournament. Let's see here. We've got, and it's sponsored by Shetler Insurance Services. Stacy on the east side of the square in Sigourney. Coca-Cola versus Mountain Dew. Now, as one of my top fans, Dan Adams, said in the comments of this post last night, this could be, this would have been a good championship matchup. Let's see here. Coca-Cola versus Mountain Dew. So, thumbs up for Coca-Cola, heart for Mountain Dew. Get your votes in. That post went up at 6 p.m. last evening. Voting goes until 6 p.m. this evening. So again, thumbs up for Coke, heart for Mountain Dew. Good battle going on between those two. Let's take a look at our overall brackets. There you can see our final 8, our great 8 are set. Got Coke versus Mountain Dew. Got Wild Cherry Pepsi and Pepsi. Dr. Pepper and Sprite. Sierra Mist against A&W Root Beer. So those are your final 8. And right now we're doing that Coca-Cola Mountain Dew matchup. Get your votes in for that. Let's take a peek at our community calendar. It is sponsored by Enchanted Events, located just south of Sigourney, right off Highway 149. Great place to hold your event, whatever you might have coming up, whether it be a wedding, a graduation, reunion, whatever you got. Hold it at Enchanted Events just south of Sigourney. Now, they've got their big event coming up this spring. April 26th is the date for Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys in concert. So check that out, one of the most popular bands in Iowa right now. These guys put on a fantastic show. Reserve your table, reserve your ticket. Get your tickets right now at Enchanted Events for that show. On the community calendar, let's see here. This was announced yesterday. It's well in advance. But Art on the Square, the annual event on the square in downtown Oskaloosa, coming up on Saturday, June 14th. Art on the Square from 9 to 3. Put that on your calendar. Also on the calendar, we've got Celebrate Recovery at a new location at the Lighthouse Church in New Sharon. And that's going to be starting up on Tuesdays in March. March 4th is the start date for that. Now, they've got a free meal, a large group meeting at 6:30, small group meetings at 7:30. That's at the Lighthouse Church in New Sharon for Celebrate Recovery. Find hope, find freedom, find healing. Great thing going on there at the Lighthouse Church in New Sharon. And then also, keep in mind, Wellman, folks in Wellman at the Public Library, they've got a trivia night coming up on Saturday, the 22nd of February, the Parkside Activities Center. So put that on your calendar. If you need more information, you can register online at wellmanlibrary.org. That's trivia night at the Wellman Public Library. That is your community calendar on Steve Shuttler Media, sponsored by Enchanted Events. And then coming up this weekend, I'll tell you what, we're going to try to squeeze these things in between the snow. We've got the Iowa Music Showcase tomorrow at Barnwired in Sigourney. Lori and Joe King tomorrow for Valentine's Day. We'll be live from 11:30 to noon. They're going to hang around during the noon hour, play some tunes for you. So check that out. That is Lori and Joe King at Barnwired in Sigourney. Be there in person. Check it out in person. Watch it online. Listen to it in podcast form. It's going to be fun tomorrow morning with the Kings. And then we've got the sports section coming up on Saturday morning, weather permitting. You know, with the snow off and on Friday and Saturday. I don't know if we're going to get the show in or not. We'll see. Sports section coming up Saturday morning, Barnwired in Sigourney again. Get there in person. Watch it online, listen to it in podcast form, fingers crossed. I think of the two shows at Barnwired, sports section might be the iffy one for this weekend with the weather and the snow. So fingers crossed we'll get it in. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Nope, wrong music. Gosh, why? Keep that music in mind. I hit the wrong button and played the wrong music, but it's some catchy music. We're going to be hearing more of that in the future. That's just a little tease. Let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All righty. Birthdays for today, sponsored by Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers. Your broker, owner, and realtor. Go to hometown-re.com. On the hometown side, local and area birthdays for today, we've got my neighbor, just a few houses down the street here, Zach Tremmel, with a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Zach. We've got Karen Flick with a birthday today. Karen, happy birthday. And Jill Thompson with a birthday today. So, hometown birthdays. Happy birthday to you guys. Celebrity birthdays for today. We've got actress Kim Novak turning 92. Actress Stockard Channing from Grease and other things turning 81 today. Peter Gabriel, 75 years old for today, the singer. We've got the singer and actor Henry Rollins, 64. We've got Robbie Williams, the singer, 51 years old. Didn't they just put that weird movie out? They had the movie out where he's like a monkey or something. I don't know. It's weird. Didn't do much at the box office either. Football player Randy Moss, 48 years old. And then Prince Jackson, the son of Michael Jackson. Ow! Tee-hee! Prince Jackson, 28 years old. Those are your birthdays. Ciao! Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Now, I'm okay. If you're wondering why I'm making those noises, those are Michael Jackson noises. On this date, February 13th, on this date in history, 1635, America's first public school opening. It was the Boston Latin School. That was the first school, 1635. On this date in 1741, let's see here. Andrew Bradford of Pennsylvania published the very first magazine in the United States called the American Magazine. Interesting. Let's see here. 1795, the University of North Carolina became the first U.S. state university to open its doors to students. 1795, University of North Carolina. Also on this date, 1866, Jesse James struck for the first time. He and Cole Younger pulled their very first bank heist. 1866 for Jesse James. And then on this date in 1933, the comic strip Blondie. At the time, it was called Blondie and Dagwood Bumstead. All right. Start this part over. Rewind. On this date in 1933, the comic strip couple, Blondie and Dagwood Bumstead, were married. So it wasn't the first time for them to be in the comics. They were actually married in the comics on this date in 1933, Blondie and Dagwood. All right, that's your date in history. On the National Day calendar, we get to celebrate Galentine's Day today. How about Galentine's Day today? Why do the ladies only get to celebrate Galentine's Day? Guys should be able to celebrate it too. National Cheddar Day. It's Get a Different Name Day. If you can change your name, you can, I guess. You know, that's one thing. When I got into radio, obviously people use a lot of like radio DJs and personalities use fake names. I never felt the need to use a fake name because I've always been right around here where I grew up and everybody would just know it was me anyway. So I just kept Steve Shetler. It's easy enough. So National Get a Different Name Day. It's National Pancake Day. And it's National Tortellini Day. That's a mouthful. Tortellini. So get some tortellinis, pancakes, get a different name, National Cheddar, Galentine's Day. Those are your days to celebrate on the National Day calendar. All right, before we go 1 second further into the show, let's hear from our headline sponsor, Brothers Market. Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out or give them a call. 641-622-2191.
Sweethearts Rosé from Tassel Ridge Winery is the perfect gift for your Valentine. This sweet rosé offers strawberry and candied fruit aromas and juicy, ripe fruit flavors, and it's packaged in a 500 milliliter heart-shaped bottle with a clear Valentine's label. Sweethearts Rosé is a unique, classy Valentine's gift that will be appreciated by anyone who likes a sweet rosé. Sweethearts Rosé is available in very limited quantities and only at Tassel Ridge Winery.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider, and Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more, plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug, it's more than a drugstore. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. We are headlined here on the Morning Wake Up by Brothers Market in Sigourney, and we are coming to you live from the Oski Dental Studios. A good morning to you on this Thursday, February 13th. A cold start to our day, 7 below zero right now at 7:25 on your Thursday morning. By the way, I failed to mention at the beginning that the snowstorm, at least here at the Oski Dental Studios, we had 9 inches of snow total for that storm. So a big, we were due for a big snowstorm here in southeast Iowa. Hadn't had much snow, but 9 inches was what that storm system brought here to Sigourney, Iowa. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa. Things you need to know. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has released 14 performer nominees for 2025. Some of those include first-time nominees like Bad Company, Joe Cocker, the Black Crowes, Outkast, Fish, Billy Idol, White Wedding, Plum Pudding, Chubby Checker, Oasis, Mariah Carey, White Stripes, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden. Ooh, get in there. Soundgarden needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Other stuff. Dolph Lundgren. What were some of Dolph's lines from Rocky? If he dies, he dies. I must break you. Dolph Lundgren, the big, spiky, blonde-haired, muscular guy from was it Rocky 3 or 4? He was the big Russian. He is now cancer-free, thankfully, following a 9-year battle with cancer. 9 years. Sheesh. After doctors gave him only 2 years to live. So, yeah, way to go, Dolph. Vegas odds makers are already taking on the topic of where Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, is going to play next year. Top bet is the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Raiders, and then the 49ers. So where will Aaron Rodgers end up next year for football? Pete Davidson says it really hurt, but he has gotten rid of most of his 200 tattoos with that tattoo removal with like laser type thing. So it must not feel very good, but he got rid of a lot of his tattoos, most of them, in fact. Hollywood friendships come to an end occasionally. That's evidently what has happened with actors Seth Rogen and James Franco. Evidently, they are no longer friends. In Seth's words, quote, "Our friendship has run its course." I hear you, Seth. That's happened in my life as well. Seth Rogen and James Franco, their friendship has run its course. Let's go to the dog show. The winner of the 2025 Westminster Dog Show was Monty the Giant Schnauzer. First time that breed took the title for the Westminster Dog Show. Monty the Giant Schnauzer. Let's see here. Sir Paul McCartney, he did a surprise concert at a place called the Bowery Ballroom in New York City Tuesday night. A venue that only holds 500 people. So nice little intimate setting. Paul McCartney surprising people with a concert on Tuesday night. Let's go back to the NFL. The LA Rams have made it known to wide receiver Cooper Kupp that he's going to be traded this offseason. Most likely going to the Bears. The Bears. Cooper Kupp. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan have dropped a criminal probe that focused on whether former World Wrestling Entertainment boss Vince McMahon tried to cover up multiple allegations of sexual misconduct. So those charges dropped. That's kind of surprising. Apple has joined Google in changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America on their maps. So it's time to just accept it, folks. It's the Gulf of America. Well, there's a volcano that is active again, shooting some lava into the air Tuesday on the big island of Hawaii. So maybe a volcano eruption coming soon. Baseball is coming soon. It's the week that pitchers and catchers report for spring training. Baseball right around the corner if you're a baseball fan. Inflation in the U.S. has risen to 3% for the first time since June. And then also in stuff you need to know, you knew this, but yeah, it's evidently a really bad flu season. Doctors' visits for influenza are at the highest level that they've been in about 15 years, going back to what they call the swine flu pandemic of 2009-2010. There's a swine flu pandemic? Guess I didn't know that. But bad flu out there all around the world. Let's go to the Today's impossible question. All right, today's impossible question. 10% of people do this at work. What are we talking about? 10% of people do this at work. That's not a whole lot to go on. So think about that. Let's go to the comments. Bubby, Dan, Patrick, Sandy, Ned, Tamra, Pat, Sherry, Dixie, Nancy, Sherry, Laura Lee, Dan, and Ron. Hey, good morning to all of you. Dan, yes, you say you're expecting more like 8.77 or 9.23 inches. It was literally exactly 9 inches of snow is what I had. I didn't just round it off. I quite literally, yeah, it was kind of amazing. It was right at 9 inches. So I have my totals. I was keeping totals throughout the day. So I had like certain times that I was checking it. So as Neil and I were talking, yeah, the National Weather Service gave me this little, it's like a board, snowboard, where you go out, you take your yardstick, you measure the snow, then you wipe the board off, and then you put it back on top of the snow, and then the snow collects again, and then you can go out and measure it again, so on and so forth. So I was taking my totals, literally, exactly 9 inches of snow. Not 9.1, not 8.8, not 9.33, 9.0 was my total for snow. Believe it or not. All right, so today's impossible question, 10% of people do this at work. I guess it is quitting by text. Quitting by text. Have you ever quit a job by texting your boss, I quit? Well, 10% of people do that, evidently. 1 out of 10 people quit by text. That's different. Let's go to the weird.
That is weird.
In the weird today. Well, speaking of snow, 3 hikers were rescued after being stranded for 12 hours in severe whiteout conditions in New Hampshire. Mount Lincoln, New Hampshire. The group set out on the morning of February 9th for a training hike. But deep snow and poor visibility slowed their progress. They activated an SOS alert via a Garmin device, reported cold-related injuries and worsening conditions. They were thankfully rescued. Coca-Cola, we've got Coca-Cola in our For the Fun of It tournament right now. Coca-Cola facing boycotts from both the right and the left. Yeah, they're getting it from both ends, both progressives and conservatives. Let's see here. The newly formed Latino Freeze movement, urging Latinos to stop spending on the brand over concerns about corporate support for diversity, equity, and inclusion. The movement, which claims to be an advocate for Latino and minority communities, is also targeting major retailers like Amazon, Walmart, and Target for rolling back DEI initiatives. Now, on the other side, let's see here. Conservative activists have criticized Coca-Cola for its continued DEI commitments, including its stated support for transgender women in women's sports. So, yeah, everybody is mad at Coca-Cola right now, evidently. Let's go to the FBI. They have discovered 2,400 previously undisclosed records related to the 1963 assassination of JFK. following an executive order from Donald Trump to declassify all remaining documents. The newly identified files, totaling around 14,000 pages, had not been reviewed by the Official Disclosure Board, raising concerns over past government handling of the case. So again, some undisclosed records. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of the JFK assassination and other things. Maybe we'll get to like the bottom of UFOs and Bigfoot and, important stuff like Bigfoot. Other weird news today, 2 kids, this is sad, aged 9 and 2, died from suspected hypothermia after spending the night in a van parked in a Detroit casino garage amid freezing temperatures. Authorities say the family had been living out of the vehicle for months, frequently moving between parking locations. The van, parked on the 9th floor of the Hollywood Casino Hotel garage, recently stopped running overnight, possibly due to a mechanical issue or a lack of fuel. The mother discovered the 9-year-old unresponsive, called 911 around midday on Monday, with a friend rushing the child to the hospital. Shortly after that, the 2-year-old was also found unresponsive. Both kids were pronounced dead at the hospital. That is some horrible news. Homeless folks in Detroit. Michigan. Let's stay in Michigan. Emergency room visits related to nitrous oxide misuse have spiked by 132% in Michigan, according to a study. Metro Detroit, including Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties, has been affected. Commonly used in medical and food industries, nitrous oxide is increasingly misused for its euphoric effects, leading to serious health risks such as nerve damage, paralysis, stroke, and heart attacks. So young people are using nitrous oxide basically to get high, and it has obviously some very bad side effects that could kill you, so don't do that. Let's see here. Other weird news. One more weird news story. A man has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the 2022 stabbing death of an off-duty police officer on the Vegas Strip. Under a plea deal, he faces 10 years to life in prison with an additional 2 to 20 years for weapon enhancement. The attack took place on a bridge between New York, and MGM Grand after a dispute involving petting dogs. Guy had a 6-inch hunting knife that he killed an off-duty police officer with in Las Vegas. That's pretty horrible. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In disorder, all right, this is kind of a complicated story, so try to follow along here. A former family nanny has pleaded guilty to her involvement in a murder plot alongside an ex-Major League Baseball player who is accused of orchestrating the 2021 shooting of his in-laws in their California home. The victims included a man who was fatally shot and his wife, who survived but sadly later died by suicide. Authorities say surveillance footage from the crime scene led investigators to the suspects, both of whom had close ties to the victims. The former athlete, a once promising baseball prospect, faced severe financial troubles after his career ended and appeared on bar rescue in an attempt to salvage his struggling Nevada tavern. The case has also led to legal disputes within the family, with the victim's daughter suing the former athlete, his alleged accomplice, and another family member for wrongful death. So, what a mess with that former Major League Baseball player and his nanny accused of killing his in-laws. That's the files of law and disorder. Let's go to something maybe a little bit more cheerful, something to make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let me bring up that information for you if I can find it. It's a new year. It's time for a new you. Start your year with confidence and a brand new smile. Go to Lifetime Dental Solutions. Dr. Stacy Freeze on the east side of the square in Sigourney. All right, something to make you smile. A North Texas man is using his experience surviving a triple bypass surgery to raise awareness about heart disease during American Heart Month. Despite a long history of medical challenges, including a leg amputation and kidney transplant, he described this surgery as the scariest, knowing how vital the heart is to survival. Now, while he continues to manage ongoing health issues, he remains determined to stay active and pursue his goal of becoming a nurse practitioner to help others navigate their own health challenges. To get this full story on this guy who survived the triple bypass surgery, you can read this story. It'll go up at 7:45 this morning on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Something to make you smile, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. And let's wrap it up today with the duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
In the duh, 2 men in Missouri, down in Missouri, arrested for drug possession after unknowingly asking law enforcement officers with a drug-sniffing dog for directions. They're like, dude, which way am I going? Now, the pair, who appeared impaired, it was an impaired pair, pulled over to ask how to get to Osage Beach. Dude, which way is the beach? Only to be informed that they were already there. Officers who were preparing for a canine training session called in their dog to check the vehicle, leading to the discovery of meth. Dude, you don't do meth and go to the beach. One man was also charged with driving while revoked. Both suspects remain in custody on bonds ranging from $7,500 to $15,000, upcoming court dates. The unusual arrest adds to a string of bizarre drug busts across the U.S., including cases where suspects labeled their drug bags with misleading messages. So, a lot of stupid people out there doing drugs. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
A big no duh. Let's take a look at our cold and snowy forecast once again. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate. Sunshine today, but man, it is cold. A high of 13, wind chills below 0. Right now, it is actually 7 below, and wind chills way below 0. Bundle up if you're heading out today into that snow. Yes, we did have exactly 9 inches of snow in that snowstorm, and more snow on the way tomorrow into Saturday. Could see a few more inches of snow. So your forecast brought to us by the Garden Gate. Make sure you get into the Garden Gate for Valentine's Day and all the stuff you need to pick up for Valentine's Day here in the next 24 hours. All right, we do thank, once again, Brothers Market for being our headline sponsor on the Morning Wake Up. We thank Oski Dental for bringing us our studios. Video-wise on this Thursday, let's look up at the video schedule. 8 a.m. in remembrance of. We'll have the, that reminds me, I've not heard, I don't believe, from Miss Amanda at the public library. So I need to see if Amanda's going to be sending me a video for this week. We've got Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll get our weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society. We've got Morgan You Asked For, Sports and More, coming up at 7. So tune in. We've got plenty to come here today on Steve Shetler Media. Otherwise, that will do it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And otherwise, we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Stay warm, be safe. See ya.